is the FNCS Invitational 2022. The battle bus is ready. Let's go, Jacob. Seti is fighting back. Kami is fighting back. They're looking to get inside. There goes the Elim they were looking for. Just one player separates them, but Acorn will not survive. And Seti and Kami take game number 1.
Ready, everyone? Let's go to game number 4.
KamiFN and Avery have everything working for them. He needs to pick and choose this wisely. Do you go for 2 Elims on the low ground for a chance at first? And down goes Savage. Seti knows better, and it's a great game for KamiFN and Avery. It is game 6 of the FNCS Invitational.
What can he do here to take home the big prize and end with back-to-back victory royales to end the day for the team looking to take first place back? Kami and Seti, and they try to steal it away by getting that VR to end game 6.
And they get the first game, they get the last game of day 1.
EU is on top right now.
If you say Poland, I say Kami and Seti. The absolutely dominating duo. They are ready to compete for the FNCS Invitational title and become legends. I wanted to highlight another duo, Kami and Seti, right? For you longtime EU fans as well, you know these guys recently just won a DreamHack. They've literally came in 1st and 2nd place in a solos competition. They were the best 2 players at the tournament.
You know, and the thing that I love about Kami and Seti is that individually, they kind of remind me of myself, right? That really slow, methodical game play style. They're not going to go for anything too flashy, anything too risky. They're just going to play their game out and play that top 10, top 5 consistent every single game because they are laying at that mid-map spot uncontested.
You better watch where you peek. Seti and Kami, another favorite to probably take the top spot here in this event. 306 above the damage threshold. They're still continuing to put that pressure on the lobby. That's exactly what you got to do when you make it to endgame, especially if you're a team that doesn't fight off spawn.
Becoming legends, Kami and Seti have 2 launch pads. They have material. They have heals. This just might be their game. Now, that's gonna buy them more time. That could be the absolute difference. Meanwhile, Seti and Kami playing their game. Pamstu and Fash still alive as well. High ground has Queasy and Vino. Low ground has Chicho and Trulix playing and leading the front side of zone. There's not a player in sight. Clix is still alive now, working his way through. He has lost his teammate. The full finish comes through. It might be all or nothing now. He still has so much left in the tank.
Yeah, but I'm not too worried about him because of him and Duke's high placement last FNCS was because of solo clutches from that man himself. But talk about solos. Joe gets one as the Andy goes down. Shots coming in from the high ground. Pressure is there, but Joe's trying to find his way to the front side of zone, but it's a hard journey trying to find it. 12 HP, continuing to drop. Shots still coming in. He's going to find a moment of an oasis to try to stabilize and figure out what's the next play.
Kami and Seti find their way to the high ground. Down goes Clix to the hands of Kami. That's a huge one. Hello, Vino. You have to turn and run. Kami wants to hear nothing about that noise right there. Meanwhile, Seti's keeping eyes on the general area. Very solid. Chicho fighting his way, but no. An edit comes through. It's Zagu and Mareem, who's right above them there. Our FNCS champions of Asia are still here. Down goes Pamstu as well. What a huge elimination here.
The top 7 duos alive. 11 players total left in this game. One of them being Seti and Kami towards the high ground. The analyst desk called it. These guys don't play too many early game fights. They wait for this end game and for every opportunity. But Acorn, he's trying to sneak some extra points. He has the med miss sitting in the zone. Vino doing the same, but he's almost all out of opportunity.
This is absolutely what you expect of the best players in the world coming together for this invitational here to have this opportunity to step up to the plate, represent for your region. This is what it's all about. Vino by himself just working his way, ratting his way through the build. Acorn is as well. There's a set of major points separating them. Vino looks to high ground. He says, I'm not going to allow you to just sit there and focus me. Trulex is meanwhile in the low, looking for something to do here, turning builds into Chrome. Remember, he can slip through any one of these now. He's becoming desperate.
He's just trying to reinforce a little bit of the builds that are around him so nobody can quickly edit through and try to pick that shot. Miram and Zagu, they don't have that high ground, but they have that mid layer trying to find that comfortability. Vino, only 2 HP, no med miss left. He's gonna have to try to find a Siphon here, but no, he gets dropped. Acorn finds another one from the outside of zone.
7 elims for Mareem and Zagu, representing for Asia here, looking great. Meanwhile, Yumi and Cool are getting one step closer now to taking this fight. A huge shot out to Mareem. He's gonna feel that one as he plays defensively, but Zagu is here to back him up. They're going hand in hand. The fight breaks out. They clap back. Down.
Oh my gosh!
Cool steps up to the plate. We are now down to 3 duos in the end game, 2 solos and a duo up top.
Carrying that momentum from last season's FNCS, but he has so much more work to do. Seti and Kami, the only duo left in the game, is Acorn staying alive. Still 4 eliminations on the back of Cool, trying to find his way through. But like I said, there's only 1 duo team, and they have the high ground and the recipe for success.
You cannot write a better story for becoming legends. Seti is fighting back. Kami is fighting back. They're looking to get inside. There goes the elim they were looking for. Just 1 player separates them, but Acorn will not survive. And Seti and Kami take game number 1.
Poland is the first country to take home a victory royale on the FNCS Invitational stage. These guys have came to play through and through.
What a fairy tale beginning for these absolute veteran GOATs. Some of the hardest workers we have ever seen enter into the ecosystem, becoming legends. Seti and Kami must be absolutely proud.
I am with our Game 1 winners. Give it up for Kami and Seti! I must ask, Dzień dobry, first and foremost. Dzień dobry. Obviously, Game 1 winners, how was that being out there and winning in front of this amazing crowd?
It's amazing. I love the atmosphere here. It's really nice having a crowd again.
Excellent. And also, obviously, high ground reigns supreme. Once you had the high ground there, able to maintain, do you think that was the difference maker? You felt comfortable being above the rest of the teams?
Like, we knew that high team doesn't have much, so we just took it.
You took it. Going into the next game, much of the same? Do you have to constantly change strategy, or did it feel good playing against the rest of the world?
It feels good. It feels pretty easy. I'm not like denying the competition, but it feels really nice playing here. And yeah, we're just going confident into game 2. Still have to be consistent to the end of the tournament, and that's it.
Excellent stuff. Once more time, guys, give it up. Your Game 1 winners, Kami and Seti!
Somehow Kami and Seti, probably the least likely duo in my opinion to find themselves up there, do so well played coming from them. And also, not to mention, this end clip right here doesn't even tell the full story. Seti goes down in that mid game and Kami clutches up 1v2, which is why he has so many eliminations coming into this. And then to close it out here, just 2 separate solos, and they make easy work of them.
It was right around the start of Zone 8 that we saw Kami just sweep Queasy completely off guard there on the flank. Didn't seem as though Queasy was fully aware of the fact, because there were so many teams trying to challenge that high ground at once, but it was Kami and Seti who actually successfully walked away with it, and they just had so many builds. That vertical play throughout the entirety of 8th and 9th zone, there was just nothing anyone else could do about it.
Seti might just be next. Savage is on fire. Let's see it. High ground is still NA East. 1v1v2. Commandment and Avery have everything working for them as Savage is looking to do so much work. But Seti says, hold up, I could find a chance here. He needs to pick and choose this wisely. Do you go for 2 elims on the low ground or a chance at first? And down goes Savage. Seti knows better. And it's a great game for Commandment and Avery. And it is all over. And once again, we might be seeing our first team who is setting up for a back-to-back.
Back-to-back, that is going to leave them with all the confidence in the world to end day 1 and go into day 2. They have 10 eliminations onto Vico from the low ground. He's trying to have a comeback for the ages to close out day number 1. Shots on the Tripram, a huge amount of damage. He drops him down as well, but goes down altogether. Valiant effort by Vico.
It is a worst-case scenario for Thomas HD because his biggest threat is on high ground, but Reet is fighting back. Reet takes down Queasy on height. He is turning this around and trying to turn this into potentially a solo game. Meanwhile, Thomas finds Walks, Thomas still alive, and Reet falls there in the end. Look at Thomas holding the low ground. Chicho's right next to him. Trulix hurts him too, but Vino has the grip of height. Acorn waiting on the side. Out of builds, he's gonna have to come down too. It's all over. The gas tank is empty. Down he goes. And now, off to Seti.
It's Kami and Seti, the only duo left, and they find another one. Vino trying to put wonders. 1v2 situation. What can he do here to take home the big prize and end with back-to-back victory royales to end the day? But a team looking to take first place back. Kami and Seti, and they try to steal it away by getting that VR to end game 6.
And they get the first game. They get the last game of day 1. What a story for Kami and Seti. Becoming legends must be so proud right now of these players. They put in the hard work, they put in the effort, and wait to watch it pay off.
That is huge for them because they're not like a lot of these other teams who are consistently fighting to get to the top of the leaderboard. They play their play style through and through, from the drop spot all the way to the end game. They're one of the few teams, time and time again, that has their own spot. They call it the Kami split, and it works out every single season.
And now they get to take that victory lap to center stage, where they will be greeted by Adam Savage for a quick update. And Adam, please tell me how they do it.
Right now, they're looking mighty fine. Give it up for Kami and Seti! GG's, boys! 2 victory royales out of 6 games at FNCS Invitational. That must feel amazing.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
It's really amazing. Talk us through, you saw there that we had Queasy and Vino on the high ground. We saw Queasy went down, Vino was solo. When you saw that happen, was there an opportunity for you guys to get your way in and win that game?
Yeah, but we didn't want to take the high ground because we wanted to get more kills on low ground. That's why we stayed low. And
Gotcha.
Yeah.
In terms of today and the 6 games, has it played out as you both thought coming into this, or have things been very different?
Like, we died 2 games to Surge, like, we planned everything differently, but it didn't went as we planned it.
We just adapted. I think we just adapted well, and going into tomorrow, we're gonna be more confident and more prepared, so yeah.
Talking of preparation for tomorrow, what do you do now? Do you go back and review VODs? Do you kind of work on strategy, or do you relax?
Like, I think relax and VOD review.
Tomorrow, a big day, 6 more games. Could Kami and Seti go all the way and win FNCS Invitational?
Of course.
Of course they go. Give it up for Kami and Seti! Your game 6 winners!
Kami and Seti are living their life on repeat right now. They've done this dance before, right? This happened at DreamHack. They win game 1, they win game 6, they stay on top. For Kami and Seti, all of EU right now is thinking this is it. We are the best.
Look, EU is on top right now, but Kami and Seti, they're gonna have a stressful night. It ended on a high note, it started on a high note, but with the history of Kami and Seti, having 2 back-to-back good days is a curse that we haven't seen too often, so I'd be really happy to see them continue this momentum forward from this last match into day 2.
A lesson for every player here. It is not over until it's over. Hen was so far out of the competition, and now he finds himself fighting inside of the top 10 here for a spot at big money. But Pink is still alive now. His story is yet to be told, from contested drop now to an end game. Finally, we get to see what Pink is all made of here. Sent to the cold are so alive. 5 elims for them. This is where they play best, the low ground.
They have to be careful though. That's going with an elevation change. They gotta start it now or never, and a good shot by Noah Riley to take down Reed. Everybody having those struggles. Pink goes down to the storm. Kami gets credit for that elimination. 2 more points, 6 total overalls. Cloud and Revsguard trying to meet that total. They get their 6 as well. 4 for Revsguard. These guys are lighting up the leaderboard, but the team having free rotation after free rotation. Queasy and Vino pressuring the lobby from the high ground.
They're looking so good doing it as well. Lucy and Hydra trying to get out, and no, swatted out the sky. It's over. It's a no-fly zone. And Vino and Queasy are just running away with Hype. Meanwhile, Sentin finds one of the feet there. Sentin and Cold might be one of NAE's last hope inside this last lobby. Savage is still alive too, just by himself though, very hurt. Eye drop hunting nearby. Great way to start to turn around here and put a little pressure onto high ground, but it's time there. 111 onto height. Savage demands respect, but Queasy says stop that. It shuts it all down.
Perfect opportunity to stagger himself to the backside of zone. Spots eye drop up, but he continues to drop down low. High ground was taken away by Kami and Seti. Better late than never as they're forcing everybody down, and they have that free rotation towards the low ground if they want to take it.
This is excellent now. Kami and Seti have a chance here to close the gap and take back first place. They started it off that way, and they want to remain, but Queasy is still here. Don't count him out. Another set of points, and now it's Golden Scented versus Kami and Seti on height. And we also have Janice and Vidil in the mix.
3 teams alive, 6 total players, but Cold goes down, but Janice and Vidil get knocked as well. 1v2 situation, NAEs, the world on Sentence shoulders, but Kami and Seti going for their 3rd victory royale in the FNCS Invitational. This is how you cement a legacy. All they have to do is close out this game as Sentence trying to take control, trying to fight for the high ground, but it's not enough. EU strikes again with Seti and Kami taking their 3rd victory royale.
As the winners start to take to the stage, we will get to touch base with them one more time this weekend. Let's go ahead and send it on down to the floor to get the update.
Thank you very much, MDF and Jay. Give it up for Kami and Seti, everyone! We've spoken so many times the last few days. We're almost approaching getting matching bracelets time. This is crazy. Congratulations. What a great way to head into the halftime. Another Victory Royale.
Like, we need to get more.
You need to get more!
Yeah.
This guy's confident. Looking at the last few games as well, you wanted to start this strongly. Seti, you've done exactly that, and you're managing to manage your games exceptionally well. Huh? You're managing your games exceptionally well.
Yeah, thank you so much. We just have to be confident going into the last 3 games, and yeah, good luck to everyone.
Now, looking at the leaderboard as well, obviously we had Queasy and Vino who are very close as well. We now know that this is coming down we love a battle going into the last few games. Queasy and Vino are there, a few others too. What are you guys going to be doing in this break now, in terms from a strategic point of view, to prepare yourselves for the last 3 games?
Just chill and wait for the games.
Just wait for the games. Seti, is it going to happen? Could you be FNCS Invitational champions?
Yeah.
Of course they could. Guys, give it up for Kami and Seti!
Now let's take a little look at our game number 9 winners, Kami and Seti. How did they manage to get into the position to win the game? Let's take a little look. As you can see, that is their drop spot, the Kami split as they call it, and we can have a look at how they're getting their surge off spawn. It was something I talked about on the desk. These guys had a little bit of a problem, right? They were having a few issues with their surge, going down in that first moving more often than not, and it was down to surge. But look at this. They have the balloons to give them that elevation in the center of the map, even staying back into the storm to take advantage of the fight that was going on. We saw Kanada, Macwood, Basil, and Jace going head-to-head, and look at this. Kami and Seti just thought, you know what, that's free surge. We're going to take that for ourselves. And what's most beneficial about this position is, of course, you can wait late because you have the balloon to rotate in late. This is a risky rotation. I was watching this in the back, and I was thinking, oh no, they could get beamed by so many of the teams that were pitched up inside of Tilted Towers, but look at this. Beautiful plays, using the buildings to prevent them from getting seen. Not just seen, but also taken out. And that is ultimately what this team are doing. They're really adapting their play style to get that storm surge early on. And they're even staying back in the zone to get those tags and then rotating in perfectly.
Anything can happen. You can see these players are zeroed in. They're focused.
Kami and Seti talk about game knowledge, being well aware of their surroundings at all points during the game, so much so that we have seen them take high ground twice now, when that has like never been done before by this duo.
No, but they understand fully that when it comes to the competitive environment, especially an in-person event like the FNCS Invitational, you're going to have to be flexible, and that is exactly what they have managed to deliver time and time again. The fact, again, that they have a third of the Victory Royales out of the matches that have been played so far speaks volumes. And again, I think that as far as Kami and Seti, they're also keeping in mind, we might have 3 Victory Royales, but at the same time, we're still not in first place.
They're making it look easy. Seti and Kami now also very much positioned to make another big endgame. 15 duos remaining here. Thomas HD and Trippin still have so much left in the tank as well, but they get broken down. Oh no, a great block there though. They were just one build away from potentially getting taken out the lobby. Too much shots starts to come in now. The focus is here. He has to swing around. This is looking terrible for our second place team. Trippin is nowhere to be found. Thomas hits the launch pad. He swings past high ground and Queasy and crew. And there it is. Trippin falls. Thomas is now by himself.
They're trying to go for the high ground right now, but Chapix is shut down. But Tayson's having to do it by himself. But Queasy, he's going to abandon it for now. Vino's going to follow suit. Shots coming in. This is huge. Chapix goes down, though. The refresh and the siphon is absolutely important. Tayson trying to break into the box, but he goes down. Vino and Queasy will not be denied.
And this is why they're some of the best. He was there to back him up. And it works out so well. Bevies and Vortexer from contesting Booga and Miro at the drop, running them out of Chonker Speedway, now running it up to the high ground here in an endgamer, looking like they want to take home their first victory of the weekend.
Down goes Vino. Down goes one member of the first place team.
To the hands of Kami.
This is the chance right now for teams to try to overtake that top spot, and one of them is going to be Thomas HD as a solo. Doing everything that he can, try to move to the builds. He has enough resources to make it happen, but Queasy, no build to his name. 1v1 against you, but he gets taken down thanks to the storm.
And Thomas HD is still alive right now, clutching, which is so monumental as first place has finally fallen. They have a chance to earn some points here. Cold and Scented are still alive as well. Thomas HD needs to make up 15 points in order to close the gap here. Scented needs 30. That's a huge jump up. Kami and Seti are also still alive right now. On the heels, so close. Cold and Scented don't want any of it, and they back him off.
There's more than enough points if Scented and Cold can keep up this pace, keep up this pressure for them to have a shot at the last game at the end of the day, but Kami will not be stopped as well. Thomas HD goes down, Seti gets dropped, but Kami knows he can't be the hero in this situation. He has to try to continue on without him, but he finally gets dropped. Thomas HD is on a roll.
And you might be wondering, how do they have the heals for that? Look at this, Kami emptying his entire inventory into the base that they've built on the top of this Kami split area, on top of the balloon. And they're able to take damage now because, of course, they have those extra heals on standby. Or we can see just Kami getting as much heals as possible, bringing it up into the top of that. And, of course, Seti is, meanwhile, while he's doing this, he's getting his tags. You can see on top of the balloon, if he does get tagged, as he did do earlier on, he can go all the way back down, use all of those heals that were inside of the base, and they don't have to waste any. So we're seeing them go into zone with 800-900 surge tags and having max heals. Great stuff from this duo.
KBR and Zeet have managed to hold top 10 and PHN and Kitos as well this entire weekend, just putting up such phenomenal performances with, again, some of the least representation of the region we've seen here on this international stage. But Kami and Seti, as always, in the storm, a huge hit there. Zeet's gonna feel that one. KBR ditches his teammate. He's gonna take the bulk of the shots first. He loses shield and no, picked out the sky. Sammy, Seti here has found it. Oh, in the finish there onto KBR. Down goes the Brazilian duo.
I don't want to get in these guys' line of sight. Everybody is getting terrorized by Kami and Seti. Up and down these terrains, this one, Monster, is a literal roller coaster.
We might see a three-way fight for height. Bad Sniper, Noah, touchdown and go for it. Jamper and Peterbot, they want their win too. Everyone wants a win here today. Bad Sniper gets slapped up by Kanata though on the side. Kanata takes down Vino while he's at it. And just like that, Queasy is left by himself.
And Cold gets another one as well. The solo plays are coming out big, and those are absolutely necessary because he's still in third place. He's still in contention. Cold's trying to do it again. Spots another player out. Finally, his run comes to an end, but he did so much. And to get this far, it's PHN and Kitos trying to do that same thing with Brazil on their shoulders. 4 eliminations, trying to get as many points as possible. Clicks and Duke trying to do the same. We talked about replicating the Sex. They're trying to take that high ground away from Ken.
Kami and Seti are here. 6 eliminations now. High ground looking down. They can get a 4th victory royale. When was the last time you showed up to finals and seen that much? I don't know. Larson is not messing around either. Down goes Duke in a huge elimination there. And that is 8 elims for Larson and Smite, they are just showing us why they are a dominant force, some of the best fighters to rise out of this last year, and I'm so happy we get to see it play out on the big stage.
Yep, no Riley taking some damage, sacrificing that so he can get that clean pad, trying to get in his zone, but 19 HP in a dream.
What an
has to find a way to stabilize here, pop those minis, get as much shield as possible as players just continue to drop towards the low ground. Janfer gets dropped, Clicks versus Peterbot here towards the mud. They're trying to do everything they can to stay alive. Larson, we talked about 8 eliminations, but they added one more, 9 total, but Smite gets chunked out, but Larson's there to save the day, taking out Runa.
Already at 10 eliminations, Larson and Smite have fought their way all the way back up. Larson steps the Clicks and puts them down with a quick drop kick in the low ground, and now we have EU versus NA, but Larson and Smite are hurt. They're damaged. They're down to low material. It's all or nothing right now. Kami and Seti know what to do here. They've been here before, and they have the resources to hold this one out.
This is going to come down to it. They could get their 4th victory royale. The only team's going to stop them comes from NAEs trying to rise up, and it does look like they are out of builds.
But they find a little bit of loot here. Larson goes for the med kit. He's trying to get as much HP as possible. Seti now starting to run out of material on the high ground. This is it. It's going to come down to nothing or everything here. As he has no mask, great tag there, and a trade, an open exchange. It's huge. Not looking good for EU right now. Into the zone they go. Smite and Larson are down. Larson is by himself, and no! He turns and gets burned.
Kami and Seti take their 4th victory royale of the FNCS Invitational. Goes to show that it doesn't matter if it's EU, doesn't matter if they're playing on NAEs, it doesn't matter where they're at in the world, they will come out on top.
Wow. I've gone ahead and ordered the matching bracelets at this point. I think this has been a bunch of times now, chatted to you guys over the weekend. And another victory royale going into the very last game. Seti, what a performance there. It went all the way, but could you see as well on the elimination feed that you were the last team in the top 5 there, still in contention for the victory royale?
I didn't know.
You didn't know?
Yeah.
Obviously, you can see the points here. Things have changed. Currently 360 points, 12 points ahead of second place.
We still have to be confident, keep calm, and focus on the last game.
The zones as well here, I'll ask you, Kami. The zones have changed a lot now, aiming more towards the southern side. How does that affect your play at all?
Like the south zones are so much better for us because it's so easy, so much easier to rotate for us from balloon. So nice.
It's great. A good battle there against Smite and Lars at the end as well. And you guys came out on top. You managed to take the high ground back. How advantageous was it having that high ground?
It doesn't really matter for us because we play low ground just as well as we play high ground. So yeah.
Okay, well, there you heard it there, folks. 1 game to go. Kami and Seti, everyone! Woo! It's getting hot here, Zeke. I'm excited, man.
So, yeah, am I ready to say that Kami and Seti are a high ground team? Is that what's happening right now? 4 victory royales throughout the Invitational. What is happening? This is a team that is so used to just playing consistently from the low ground, from that mid-ground layer. But you heard it right there, Seti. He said he plays the lower ground just as well as he plays the higher ground. The preparation for this event must have been insane for them to get this good at high ground.
And we know how excellent they are when it comes to that low ground display. So to see them here at the FNCS Invitational with this high ground debut performance, it has just been an absolute blast to follow along with. But more importantly, it's the composure that Kami and Seti have just managed to maintain throughout the entirety of these final moments. Especially in this instance, it looked as though Smite and Larson, for a moment, were about to get the better end of this trade. But again, Kami, Seti, they have been in these kinds of situations in the past. They know what it takes to close it out. And I just know for a fact that that kind of mental preparation comes from just multiple reps of running it over and over again. And for 4 victory royales to take place in the same tournament. And they're still maintaining, by the way, because there's only 1 game left. I love the fact that Seti and Kami, throughout this entire time, so composed. They have not been going so heavy in the reveling of their celebrations for their victory royales, despite the fact that it's happened 4 times over now. They just know and understand we're this far, but we still have more to go.
Moving into those last few moments of this last game. Here we go, game 12, almost here. Jacob, MDF, let's set the stage.
Go ahead and contest the same building where Mr. Savage had that best drop at that time. What is this? What is this? Queasy, Vino are trying to take it by force!
You only win in one way, and that's taking that crown! Vino is here! Queasy is here! Down goes Seti! It's a big trade! It's a one-on-one! This has to be one of the most explosive head-to-heads we have ever seen! Vino has to get this thirst here. He knows now it means everything. We might as well seal this deal. Why wait?
Bubble shield going out. He's trying to bait it. He's trying to bait the revive so that way Kami might peek. Breaks through the wall. Shot's gonna be fired! And they do it! Become Legends are on top!
Become Legends has officially managed to win the biggest fight of their careers. Kami and Seti put it all on the table. And you know what? I absolutely respect Queasy and Vino for giving it that chance. We have never seen anything like this before. Let's put our hands together for at least the #1 and 2 teams that came into this and got crazy. You have to show them so much love. We have never seen a better head-to-head in person like that ever before. I don't even think we've had that in mind. That was crazy.
They know it too. It's like Acorn has run out of opportunity. He goes down. Malibu Grimmer Staff take game number 12.
And just like that, the 12 games are over. But your champions of the FNCS Invitational are Seti and Kami. Congratulations.
With 4 victory royales in this global competition. They didn't change up their strategy too much throughout 12 different games. It didn't matter who VOD reviewed them because you could have that blueprint, but if you don't know how to execute, it's gonna be all over. And give it up one more time for your FNCS Invitational champions, Seti and Kami!
Congratulations, they have done it. An incredible weekend, an incredible opportunity, and they did not miss a beat. This entire room is on their feet, and they deserve every ounce of support here because these are 2 of the hardest workers we have ever seen, 2 of the hardest players in this space. And you know what? Becoming Legends must be so proud. Congrats, Reno.
They became legends for sure on the grandest stage of them all. Emotion, passion running wild. Let's throw it to Adam so we can get inside the minds of our champions.
Thank you very much, Kami and Seti! Wow, 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 wow. What an incredible display this weekend. Before we go any further, we must ask, how are you feeling being FNCS Invitational champions?
Very good. I have no words. We both worked so hard for this, and it's just an amazing moment.
It's amazing. Like, I waited for it so much.
All right, Kami, you see Queasy Vino dropping on you. Your teammate goes down. It's a 1v1. What's going through your mind?
Like, I just wanted to eliminate him and as quick as I can. I don't know, because I was thinking that he's low, but I think he missed 1 shot, so that's why I killed him.
Seti, I mean, you go down, it's just your teammate, and this is what makes the difference to win. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I believed in him for till the end, and he's just an amazing player, and I knew that he's gonna win, and it's just amazing.
You seem incredibly emotional. How does it? I mean, all these people here, these lovely people, we're here to celebrate you guys. It's been not just the last game where we saw the most incredible events. The last 2 days, 4 victory royales, consistency all round, incredible Fortnite for the both of you. I mean, this has been something very, very special.
Yeah.
Elaborate. What have been the most special parts of this? What is it about your teamwork that's really stuck out, which separates you from the rest of the world here at Invitational?
I think it's because we play with each other for the past few years, so we have the chemistry of like gods, and that's it.
Obviously, we could tell the chemistry there, and I feel like there's a lot of chemistry in the audience right now. Is there anything that you want to say to your fans, family, friends, everyone watching around the world?
I want to thank everyone watching from Poland Polska górą.
And anything else, Seti, you'd like to share with the world?
Yeah, I just want to thank all to like every fan, my parents, my girlfriend, and all the BL boys. Thank you so much.
Amazing stuff. We're going to ask you to lift your trophy one last time. Give it up for your FNCS Invitational 2022 champions, KamiFN! That was awesome.